La Maddalena, or the Magdalene, is a Roman Catholic church built in dedication to Saint Mary of Magdalene. The church originated from a 14th century chapel and adjoining hospital. It once belonged to the Arcesione Fraternity del Gonfalone. Later, in 1586, the church and hospital were entrusted to Camillo de Lelis and the Company of the Ministers of the Sick, which is the Camillians. In 1621, the Camillians got permission from Pope Urban VIII to expand the church. The church is located on the Villa de Maddalena, about a 2-minute walk from the Pantheon. In front of the church is the Piazza della Maddalena, creating a space for the worshippers and tourists to marvel at the Baroque and/or Rococo facade. The buildings surrounding the piazza all have corners pointing to the doors of the church, subtly guiding in the worshippers or religious pilgrims to the church. The facade is decorated in 4 concave nooks, holding the statues of Stoic saints and are lightly decorated with plaster. 4 engaged columns support the decorative cornice atop the church's facade. Above the door is a pointed pediment shadowed behind a singular cross. Fluid fluting and 2 small angels add an aesthetic touch to the entablature crowning the entrance. When you first enter the church, you are met with the sweet smell of incense and the chorus of singing monks. The nave is painted in traditional tiling and lined with 6 extravagant side chapels. The entryway is topped with an organ and beautiful arches with gold-encrusted ceilings. The ceilings are designed with paintings of angels in heaven, as well as scenes of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. The main painting above the nave is of people praying at Christ's feet as he walks the street, with angels and heavenly clouds above him in the sky. Each side chapel is guarded with a statue of a saint on each side, with religious paintings and altars. There are 3 windows above the nave that do not let in any light during visiting hours, because the church is only open from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. during nightfall. The golden arches draw attention upwards to the dome. The dome is painted with a swirl of clouds and angels pointing to heaven. The 4 gospel writers on the corners of the base of the dome seem to come out of heaven to share the word of the Lord, pointing to scrolls and reading sacred text. The arches above are painted with stories of Jesus. For example, the arch in front of the apse is a painting of Jesus' Last Supper. The painting behind the altar in the apse does not feature Jesus, but rather Mary Magdalene praying to the angels above her, carrying the cross that Christ was crucified on. To the right and the left of the painting in the apse are white Baroque-style sculptures. The tabernacle is decorated with gold heads of the 4 Gospels. In the middle, a golden cross is placed. The nave has the shape of an elongated octagon, with 2 chapels per side. Along the walls, 6 niches contain statues from the end of the 17th century and portray the virtues of true confession. The vault is decorated entirely by Michelangelo Cerruti, created between 1730 and 32, and portrays the episodes in the life of Saint Mary Magdalene. The side chapels are lit with dramatic bronze chandeliers staggered at varying heights, illuminating the paintings and altars. The chapels featured in the Church of Mary Magdalene are the Chapel of Our Lady of Assumption, the Chapel of St. Lawrence Giustiniani, the Chapel of St. Nicholas of Bari, the Chapel of the Madonna Salas Ephremum, the Chapel of St. Francis of Padua, and the Chapel of Madonna della Salute. As you enter the church, the unique side chapels welcome you in to pray. The Church of Mary Magdalene reminds us of the beauty of prayer. Walking down the aisle through the nave, you are reminded of the peace brought through prayer. The inviting pews positioned in alignment with the side chapels ensure that all visitors are enveloped in a beautiful 360-degree view. Wherever you look, there will be something lovely to admire. The aesthetic experience brought through the church's magnificent artwork offers a transcendent experience as one detaches from their ego into pure admiration. With gold-encrusted ceilings, a gorgeous dome, and delightful music, this church is hard to leave. The short window of open time, mixed with the previously mentioned highlights of the Church of Mary Magdalene, create an incentive to form a religious routine. Through a dedicated schedule of prayer and worship, one can be in the presence of the Lord and form a deeper relationship with the saints, Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit. Above all, the Church of Mary Magdalene reminds us that we too can be forgiven, just like she was. Thank you.